Well, hello, you glorious pirates of the interwebs, and welcome back to Atlas. We had some issues happen, and we decided to kind of move our port. We lost our Galleon, we lost our Brigantine, for those of you that were streaming the other day. So we're going to go over and pretty much we're going to build a Galleon. We're going to build in our port with all the defensive towers and everything. It was PvP weekend, some issues happened, and then and anyways, long story short, we need a Galleon, and we need defenses, and things need to be improved upon. So I'm naked once again, so I can carry as much weight as humanly possible, and I'm working on building our defensive walls. Now, I'm kind of trying to make it fancy at the same time, and look good and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be making the Galleon while working on all of this. We've got the entire company once again all working together to achieve this magnificent goal. So I hope you guys all enjoy the episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Those of you that haven't actually played Atlas and just want to complain about how terrible the game is, you can leave now because yeah, don't want to deal with stupid stuff today. Regardless, the game has been improving drastically pretty much every single day since release, and I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. If you like Ark, and you're probably going to like this. Significantly more in-depth than Ark, and there's a lot more stuff to do. So I'm quite enjoying it. We're getting to play with the entire community. Well, at least the community that ends up joining the servers. So it's been a really good time. But yeah, so let's see here. Everybody's working on gathering up metal and wood and stuff for the Galleon. So we're going to work on getting that made today. We're going to paint sails. So if you don't know how to paint amazing sails, we'll be doing a little bit of a tutorial on that today as well. So we're having new people joining the company at pretty much all the time. So I finally had to build out the road for the housing district, which is pretty nice. So along this road here is going to be the housing district. And when people join in, depending on how much room here, we'll obviously have to expand the housing district later on, most likely. But along this, each person's able to build a 4x5 house up to 3 stories tall, just to see how the lag does. We may allow higher structures at some point, so everybody will be able to have their own private house, and then along the dock they can put shops and stuff like that for trading, and that's going to be pretty much the same rules apply for that one. So everybody's going to be able to have a house and a shop. At least for the shop-wise, that's going to be limited to room. So first come, first serve on the shop situation. But there is one thing I wanted to showcase upon building the Galleon that you need to do before the Galleon's built if you actually want to do this. This is something you definitely need to keep in mind. So unfortunately it is going on tonight, so I'm not going to be able to showcase it quite as good, but to actually paint this skeleton, because you can paint your entire boat, but to paint the skeleton itself, you can't do it once you launch the ship. You have to do it before you build anything onto it. So what we can do is we have a whole bunch of color zones here. You can see we have region 1, which is going to be this back plate back here. And we have region 2, which is going to be this stuff along the top of the ship. And then region 3, this shows up on the interior of the ship. So all of this will only be visible from the interior. And then region 6, I don't even know what the hell that region is. I don't see it anywhere. Apparently it's a thing, it's somewhere. But I can't see these other regions. But just keep in mind that you need to paint the skeleton before you put anything on the ship. That goes for all ship classes. Finally, the sun is up, so I can actually show you guys the rest of the stuff that I wanted to do as far as painting goes. So we want to make this a Cthulhu-themed ship. Ashley has actually painted us up a bunch of custom sails that are going to go on this. It's going to be awesome. Now, I have actually figured out all the dimensions, and I will be providing links to download all the stuff you need to either recreate this or paint your own sails, because it's a pain in the butt, but I'll give you all the links you need to be able to do it. There's a couple programs, and you'll need Photoshop to be able to do it. Unfortunately, I don't know if you'll be able to... Well, you could probably do it with things other than Photoshop, but I'll link a PNG in there so you can use something other than Photoshop as well. But this thing is massive. Absolutely massive. I believe, if memory serves, it was something like 76 planks. Now, the company has been working their ass off. You see we got our nice little shipbuilding area over here, and things are going pretty darn good. And we've got all of our gun ports that we need. I don't even know. Can I carry all? I cannot carry all of these at the same time. 23 at a time. So we're going to need 46 gun ports to fully deck this out with guns, if we so desired, or cannons rather. Now, the gun ports will fit everywhere but the bottom, the very bottom deck. That's going to be the planks. That's pretty much the only place where planks go on this entire build. Now, we're going to paint this as we go. You can use a paintbrush or a spray painter. Obviously, the spray painter, if you haven't used it before, makes life extremely easy when painting things, and we've got one somewhere. I've been just using the paintbrush for these planks here. So let's see here. Let's put this up here and down here, and I'll show you all the color zones and stuff too. Now, what happened to me the first time I tried to do this was I did not paint this interior piece first, so it just was permanently remained this wooden color, and it looked like ass. But now that I've pre-painted the actual frame itself, it's going to look really, really good. Actually misspoke before when I said 46 gun ports to completely deck this thing out, with as many cannons as you can put on it, at least, you know, standard cannons that can get put on it. So you can put 52 planks out of the 74. So that's 52 cannons that can go on this ship. It's absolutely ridiculous. I am painting it as I go, and I just wanted to showcase all the different things you can do. So we're painting the main planks of the ship black, and then we're going to paint these little strips here, this green, which I believe is number 2. There we go, number 2. This is the right color, right? There we go, yeah. Number 2. And you can see that it'll change. Now, everything on the ship can be painted. So we can paint these gun ports here. We could paint both layers of metal that are on it. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to at least get this done. Now, with the spray painter, what's really nice about the spray painter is, if you have one, you can drop the paint that you want on it, and you right-click. You can turn off. You can see all the zones on the right, on the left there. And we know that zone 2 is the one we want to paint, and we just point at the structure, and it'll specifically paint that zone that we want. So now we're going to be able to do this Cthulhu black and green theme that we really want, and it's going to look amazing. Although the black doesn't show up that great on the planks here, I've noticed, which is kind of sad. I was hoping it would show up darker, so we may have to find a different color that pops in just a little bit better. I don't think we want to paint the entire ship green. That would just be a giant pickle ship, and I don't think anyone's going to like that. And oh god, I didn't mean to get the close-up of the giblets there. My bad. I've been waiting all night to show off these sails. Sweet baby Jesus. It's coming to fruition, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got people killing things around. We got Cthulhu on the front sail here, which was drawn by Ashley. She's got a channel called Draw Something Ashley. Oh, there's another close-up of the giblets there. Very nice. And then I've been piecing together some of these sails. We got some lines, and I'm just going to leave those other 2 blank, I think. I feel like if I add more, it's just going to be a little too much. But yeah, I really like the way this is coming out. The boat looks really freaking cool. The sails are coming to fruition. I might change a little bit more, but I will put the templates for the to be able to customize your own sails in the description. But once you customize them, all you need to do is you need to put them into a specific file, which is your My Paintings file within Atlas. If you do this is basically the same location as it would be for Ark Survival Evolved. And once you have it in there, you can load paints from this type. And if you don't have the file created, all you need to do is just paint something on the sails and then save it. And it'll create that folder for you so you can see exactly where it goes. But yeah, so you would save paint from this type. And I just realized my mouse is off center. That's very strange. But it's a pretty easy process. And once you actually load the paint from that type, it'll tell you all the paint that you need. And then you hit load and it paints it in. Pretty simple. Yourself?
He kind of did, but then I wouldn't let him do.
Is he just going to slowly choke to death? Is that what's happening?
Suffocation damage, yes.
That's kind of graphic. I like our little gallows here. That's pretty cool. So what you need to do is get the rope a little bit lower, so that way you can actually activate the floor thing to get him dead.
Yeah,
I want some of these on the ship.
That was they would go lower, and then they would touch for some reason. So we had to lower or raise the rope up.
Ah.
You can see on the other side,
Oh!
the gallows were lower over here.
That was savage. That bird just came in and... Oh, he pooped himself when he died. Aw. What a tragedy. Alright.
Brutal.
You are being executed for crimes of needing a skeleton here. Farewell.
Oh my. This is brutal.
It's awesome. But it works perfectly.
That's what you wanted.
It's gonna take a minute for you to die. We'll be back. Okay, so I need to see if you can raise that gibbet there.
This?
Yeah.
Boop.
And can you lower it?
Boop. Oh. Boop.
It was good knowing you, Steve.
Wait, let me out. Let me out,
She's held
Stan.
all for it.
Okay. Now stand here.
More better.
You gonna murder me?
No, I would never do that. Go for it.
3, 2, 1. Whoa.
It's flying off into the distance.
Oh yeah. That was a quick release.
That really was, too.
I was a little worried that it would like hit the bottom and just explode.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you name it?
Huh?
What am I naming it?
Oh yeah, the something. Sweet baby Jesus. Did this boat take a long ass time to make? We got to have some fun with the gallows here, and I actually really like having these on the boat, especially the gibbets too, because if we want to hold anybody prisoner, we've got 2 spots for those, and I can always add more. But the boat looks just absolutely phenomenal. Now we do need to name it. I had actually meant to do this little review of the boat while it was still docked up, but I think the color scheme is pretty amazing. The one thing I do wish was that when we painted the planks themselves, that they got painted a little bit darker. I hate the splotchiness of it. It actually really drives me insane. And I know we should be able to get it darker. I mean, I don't know. But that's my only complaint about it. Otherwise, I absolutely love the way this ship works. So we've got Ashley's body just permanently there, which is pretty funny. But we'll go over the entirety of the ship now that I got it fully built. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the episode. I know there's been a lot of boat building lately, but we will be going on more adventures soon, especially now that we have the Galleon fully made. So this is obviously where you steer it. And we can get a full-on view of the ship. Now the sails, we've already showed off the sails, but it looked like there was a dude up there. What was that right there? It must be like where the sails are tied up at the top. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it's where they rotate. Interesting. I never noticed that before. But the colorization just looks really great, especially when we're going for that whole, you know, Eldritch horror theme. And that might be the name of the boat. We were either going to call it the Eldritch or, you know, the Eldritch horror, one of the two. So we've got a couple different areas in here. If we go up in here, this is going to be the captain's quarters. I got to mess around with this just a little bit and probably close that in. I just didn't want to use up all of my structure limits just on building things in. Because unfortunately, for some reason, they decided to give you the same amount of structures to build a galleon that they give you to build like a brigantine and all the other boats. So you run out of structures really quick building this giant-ass boat. Mainly just from the things that you have to fill it in. It's kind of ridiculous. I think they need to increase it. But then we've got the first mate's deck right here. And then below that is where the magic happens. So we're going to have the armory right here. So we're going to have basically weapons, everything stored up in here. And then below that is going to be the mess hall. So we'll have all the food for the crew members. Because for those of you that don't know, this thing can hold a stupid amount of crew. 59 crew. And you get 1 crew per level. Now this is going to be the crew's deck down here, I believe. Is this the crew's deck? No, this is the cannon deck. This is the second level of cannons. Look at all these cannons. That is more cannons than anybody ever needs. So many. We've got a total of, I believe, 52 cannons on board. That's ridiculous. It's amazing, but it's ridiculous. And then we've got the crew cabin is down here. I could get down there. There we go. And you can see that everything is colored appropriately. And for some reason, water tends to come through here. And then you can get down. I'm leaving this open for now. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about it. But I think you have to be outside to repair the hole anyways. So I don't know. But that's once again, structures need to be placed there to fill it in. It's just really annoying that they don't give you enough structures to properly build the Galleon. I got some more doors to put in, but I might just wait on that for a little bit. Regardless, we've got this thing fully built. It's a little bit of a maze, but it's definitely not as bad as previous ones. Now, if we pop out this way, this should put us right back out on the deck. There we go. Very, very nice. It is a massive Galleon. A lot of work went into this thing. A lot of painting. You wouldn't think that painting this would take very long, but I'd say probably painting it took just about painting every single piece. Took about as long as it did to build the boat itself. But I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to be going out on treasure hunts, expeditions, and all sorts of crazy stuff. Oh, we also got the wall built, so we got some mortars going on over there, you can see, but I just didn't have time to finish it. I'm probably going to end up painting that as well. But we're going to be doing plenty more Atlas content. There's going to be mods coming soon. And this is a massive community server, so if you want to come play, feel free to. It's the Titan Company, and if you're a member, patron, or sponsor, you are welcome to join the company itself. As you saw, we got a couple people building their houses in the housing district right now. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.